Righteous Lazarus, that many of our brothers have used his poverty to establish a doctrine that righteousness is poverty. It's good to be poor. The reason why many people are going to hell is because of poverty. If you are poor, there's some certain things you cannot do for God. Money is not a sin. It is the love of money that is a sin. Even Jesus needed money in all his endeavor. When there was no money to pay tax, he commanded fish to vomit one. Lazarus had a cup. Rich man had a cup. The cup of the rich man was bringing wealth to him. But unfortunately, that wealth led him to iniquity. Take this to the bank. If Lazarus had the money that rich man had, he would have angered. Don't say you are righteous yet in poverty until you taste wealth and you do not compromise. The reason why you have not yet fallen into sin is because you have not seen something that tickles your fantasy. You don't have money to finance your temptation yet. If money comes and you can travel to Dubai, Brazil, USA, you see all kinds of human beings and say you are righteous. You have not seen anything and say, I'm righteous. Till I started traveling abroad and I started seeing all kinds of human beings. Then I knew that if God does not help a man, that man is gone. I heard of a pastor that went to a particular country and married another wife. Pastors there were castigating him. I called one pastor and said, no blame man. 2018, 2017, he was a righteous man, but now he is a victim of what he once condemned. He was doing that thing because he has not yet seen things. Now he has seen things. He did not just fall, he fell flat. This is why many people fell, because they saw what sponsors their temptation. You are busy calling Tinubu all names. Enter there, and if you don't collect, then we know you are righteous. Don't be quick to call you as a thief till you handle money 1 billion, 2 billion, and you did not touch 1 naira. When your wife will tell you or your husband will tell you we need money for house rent, and you not collect the money. From collecting 1, you collect 2. From collecting 2, before you know it, you have entered Sodom. That's why the Bible says, judge you not. You yourself will not be judged. Because some of us, what we are doing these days is we are judging people based on the one we cannot do. But there is the one we are doing that we don't judge people. So we call selective judgment. Because you know the thief, they call thief. But you have fornication. So the point is, if God's grace does not help you, your righteousness is in vain. All the things we are doing, we ask God for grace to advance in that cause. So Lazarus was broke. The Bible recorded that he was receiving bad things. And one of the evil things we found that Lazarus received was poverty and health condition. One of the good things that the rich man received was wealth, blessings, and health. So the question now boils down to, from where was the rich man getting the good things? From where was Lazarus, the righteous man, getting the bad things? People now build a doctrine and said it is good to be poor so you can go to heaven. Lazarus already tasted hell while he was on earth. Rich man tasted heaven while he was on earth. But unfortunately, a rich man tasted hell after he have enjoyed heaven on earth. Lazarus tasted heaven while he have enjoyed hell on earth. I don't want to be like the rich man. I don't want to be like Lazarus. I want to be like Abraham, because Abraham had a bosom. He enjoyed wealth on earth. Not only did he make heaven, there is a portion in the spirit allocated to him called Abraham's bosom. Even though he was a landlord on earth, he was a landlord in heaven. Although he was a rich man on earth, he was still a rich man in heaven. He still accommodated a tenant on earth in his bosom. Lazarus was a tenant on earth, but still a tenant in Abraham's bosom. So you say that heaven there is no building, it will shock you. The Bible said the streets are made of gold. The boy came out one time and said he has seen his mansion in heaven. People were laughing at him. I said, how can you say you have seen your mansion in heaven? Then what do you call Abraham's bosom? Most of our labors on earth, buildings and edifice in the spirit. Believe it or leave it, that Adeboye has appeared to me 3 times in my lifetime. The first time, he gave me a portion of land and asked me to build. The second time, after many years, he came again. At this time, the building has already grown, but then it was uncompleted. He came there, looked at it, nodded his head and left. Third time he will come was during COVID. And in that revelation, the whole building has been completed but not yet furnished. And he came and was telling me, there is no time. There is no time. Let's go up. You want to show me something? So I found out that building I was building is a labor God gave to me on earth. As I'm laboring for God on earth, an edifice is rising in the spirit. And that edifice is called Henry Elo's bosom, where many people who did not labor on earth will now come and say, Pastor Elo, we finally made it to heaven. Can I squat in your... So for Lazarus, he was a tenant in the bosom. That's how many believers will be. They will say, at least let me make it first to heaven. Where I will stay is not a problem. At least I know Pastor Elo, if he's in his building, let me squat. Somebody say I will not squat.